Okay, hi, welcome to the EpiDoc tutorial series. The link to the full program of this series of tutorials is given to you at the bottom of the screen here. In this session, Irene is going to talk to us about features that are encoded for the transcription that can also be indexed in EpiDoc. Go ahead, Irene.
Okay, thank you. So, as we have seen in other videos, there are some elements in EpiDoc that can be used specifically for indexing things. And an example could be place name for places, but also we have seen that we can use the rs element with a type attribute for other features, other elements, which do not have a specific TI element for them, but we can specify the kind of type of thing that we are indexing through the rs and type attribute. But also, both of these examples refer to terms that are specifically marked up for indexing. But still, in EpiDoc, we can index also some other features as some transcription features that have been marked up just for transcribing the text and converting the epigraphic conventions into TI EpiDoc elements. But these features can be indexed if it is relevant in some way to the project. And this could be the example shown here of a numeral, which can be used, so the element num can be used for producing an index of mentioned numbers. And some of those features, for some of those features, there are already in FS indexes that are provided. So for the four that are listed here, we already have default indexes in FS for symbols, abbreviations, numeral, and fragment of text. That is what has been marked with ORIG, so bits of text that can be read but cannot be interpreted. And it could be useful also to have a list of those, just to have them all together and perhaps try to understand through the list what they, how they could be interpreted. And here there are some screenshots from such indices from the IRSire project. Here we have a list of an index of symbols. So you can see here both the transcription, well, the textual name of those symbols, and in parentheses, in brackets, round brackets, the actual symbol which was present which was mentioned in the inscriptions that are on the right. And then we have abbreviation, again from the same project. Here in the index, we have decided to display both the abbreviation, which was present on the stone, but also the editorial expansion of such abbreviation. And here there is the index of numerals, and you can see that it could be useful, for example, to notice how the same numeral has been written in different ways. So, for example, the 4 had been written differently in the majority of the cases with 4 vertical bars, but in one case with a vertical bar and well, in the usual form that you are used to see it. And last, this is the index of fragments of text, so the ORIG bits of text, which are, this is a tiny part from the M part of the alphabetic order of such, of those fragments. But these are only very few of the many possible example of indices that we can produce, because for every single element that has been used in the transcription of the text, we could provide an index for this. So here you can see listed some of those examples. We could have, for example, an index of erasures deriving from the del element. And again, we can have an index of regularizations, of expunctions, of dates. Well, the date and age of death, it's a bit different from the other ones, because it's something that could be marked up specifically for indexing, and it has been used, the date element has been used specifically for encoding the information about the age of death in some already existing projects, but it's not one of the default FS indices, I think. And we could also mark up ligatures or some of the grammatical features and scribal corrections, and also bits of text that are in a language which is different from the main language that has been used for the rest of the text, and so on. So almost everything that has been marked up could be indexed in some way with a bit of customization if you're using FS, or in any case, they can be indices can be produced for such elements. And Gabi, do you want to add anything on this?
No, only that when we say index in this context, we could also be talking about search or other kinds of research features that could be built on the corpus. So these things could be extracted out in other ways than the traditional indices of the kind that you showed earlier. But yes, there's all sorts of ways in which things that are encoded in the transcription could be used, searched, indexed, transformed, etc.
Yes, right. We can also have facet filters in the search page for filtering the inscription of a specific project by mentioned elements also.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Cool. Thank